Hi everyone, we're back with video number 3. We're going to take a look at page 302 of our textbook. All right, so here we have a paragraph in the blue box. It reads, religion can influence a person's thinking on many matters. Mormons are committed to self-reliance, church and family. To them, church and family, not the government, should aid those who are experiencing financial difficulties. For this reason, they tend not to favor the existing welfare system. For thousands of years, Jews have valued learning and education and therefore are more likely to support tax increases that benefit colleges and universities. Catholics generally oppose abortion and most forms of birth control. Hindus believe in reincarnation and for that reason are least likely to rush into any decision. And Quakers are pacifists who favor human rights and oppose violence of all types. So here, as we can see, we're talking about different religions, okay? And so to help us, we can number and even bullet point those details. So here at the bottom of the page, they've done that in what looks like an index card. So at the top, they put our heading. So, how can religion influence a person's thinking? And then here they use bulleted points. And so they've listed each type of religion listed with a dash and a brief sentence or two about what they believed in with their thinking. So this is easier to read then. After you've read that, you make this little card. And then when you have to go back and study, that is an easier way here to look at the details than to go back and have to reread that paragraph. So when you list details, it is not necessary to use the exact words of the paragraph or to write complete sentences. These are your notes, so they don't have to be complete and precise. Instead, you will want to restate them briefly in your own words. And we call that paraphrasing when you're restating an author's material in your own words. So details can be organized as a list, like we saw that there with the bulleted points, steps in a process, like a recipe, table or chart to show similarities and differences, and then reasons and results, the causes and effects. Then there are two types of details. So we have our major primary details, and these are details that directly support the main idea because they support or explain it. The major details are the ones that answer the comprehension monitoring question. So those are major details. But then we have secondary minor details, and these details simply support the other details. Okay, so you've got major primary details that support the main idea, and then you've got secondary minor details that support other details. Let's take a look at the chart on page 304 of our book. So to give us an idea of what that looks like with the two types of supporting details, I think this chart here does a really good job. So at the top, you have your main idea, and then you have each of your major details. Okay, and from there is where your minor details are. Okay, so if we scroll down here in the middle, we have a paragraph about the history of pepper and how it's been used throughout history. So they've taken this blue box paragraph and put it into this structure. So the main idea is throughout history, pepper has had many other uses besides as a way to season food. Okay, so here we have the green boxes. These are our major details. These will be those other ways. So the first one of the first ways is to preserve meat. Okay, so here in the minor, then it gets us more specific examples. So during the Crusades, it used to preserve sausages, still used to preserve meat today. Our second way, it's used as medicine. That's our major detail. Our minor detail, where we get more specific with an example, is in medieval times, it's used to cure aches and pains. Native Americans today use pepper to cure toothaches. And our final reason, our major detail, is used to control pet insects. And here's an example, a minor detail. French and Dutch use pepper to kill moths and repel insects. I'm going to finish this video here and then we'll get started with our next one to finish up the PowerPoint.